There are men that have pursued and still continue to pursue the struggle to help other men in the fight for equality and work against the bias that exists against men. Barry Williams is such a man. Barry Williams is the president of Lone Fathers, which is a non-sectarian, non-political, educational and welfare organisation. Lone Fathers is made up of men who have seen and felt the suffering of men in the past and current times. There is an interview between Dean Esme and Barry Williams, which can be found on YouTube, that is very interesting and can provide some insight into how intensely Barry Williams has worked for the rights of men. Barry Williams has been heavily involved in pursuing male rights for over 40 years. Now that's 4 decades. His hard work and efforts are monumental. His story is compelling and begins at a time when male rights were unheard of. For example, men that sought protection from domestic violence decades ago, when it may have even been a taboo to even speak about, or when people would just turn a blind eye. He also was a catalyst for single fathers to receive government benefits at a time that single fathers would just be left to struggle on their own. I have spoken with a few of the men that work in and around Lone Fathers and have found them to be very empathic, genuine and decent men. They are people that are focused in bettering the lives of men without compromising what they are pursuing by not aligning themselves with government parties. When talking to Barry Williams and the other gentlemen from Lone Fathers, I found them to be the type of people that actually gave me their time of day and that listened to everything that I wanted to say. If they were busy at the time, they would answer and actually call back at a designated estimated time that they would give. A lot of hard work was put in by Barry Williams and Lone Fathers to better the lives of men. However, in recent times, the Feminist Trojan Horse, Julia Gillard, came into office as the Prime Minister of Australia and destroyed a lot of the hard work that Lone Fathers had put in, and also pushed government to implement laws that would degrade the male position in Australia. Lone Fathers are still persistent and are trying to fix all the damage caused by Julia Gillard and the government. As if the process of giving men their God-given rights are not slow enough as it is, it took the face of just one feminist, Julia Gillard, to smash and destroy all the hard yards that were earned by Lone Fathers. As many single fathers are acutely aware, the Gillard Labor government in November 2011 repealed the essence of Australia's 2006 shared parenting family law reforms in the dead of night and with little meaningful scrutiny. The Labor government passed amendments to the Family Law Act, which have not only weakened the rights of a child to a meaningful relationship with both parents in the event of divorce, but they have seen fit to go even further, much further in fact. Julia Gillard and co. saw fit to also effectively embed a presumption of guilt against separated fathers, placing them in a situation where false allegations of child abuse are all that is required to deny fathers any contact at all with their children. I admire men like Barry Williams, Wayne Butler and Des Layden. They are men of high integrity and pleasant calibre. They staunchly fight for men's rights. I respect them furthermore, especially when I know what it is that they are fighting. If you would like to become a member of Lone Fathers or even send a donation, please log on to Lone Fathers website at www.lonefathers.org.au. Also, check out all the links that they have by clicking on services and then clicking on links to similar services. Barry Williams and Lone Fathers, I salute you. You are men of honour. You have been there for men when times really got tough and helped them out when they were in the darkness of the abyss. You offered them a helping hand and a fair go, and continue to strive to help men that need assistance. The scope and range of assistance that you offered and continue to offer cannot be summarised, and would be more perfect for a book rather than just a short video. Patrick Henry from Life After Women or Women has recently uploaded a video called A Rising Tide. It is very clear what he is referring to. I would like to add on to his video, which has inspired me, and say this. The amount of men that have had enough of government-sponsored feminist terrorism are rising. Men are like the rising tide. A simple definition of terrorism is, quote, the systematic use of violence as a means of coercion for political purposes, unquote. Another simple definition of terrorism is, quote, the systematic use of terror, especially as a means of coercion, unquote. Julia Gillard has now given females the ability to terrorise men by using these men's children as a tool to put fear in the hearts and minds of men. What could be scarier than a man having his now ex lie and make up false sexual allegations to make men back off by force and lose their children? The feminist Trojan horse Julia Gillard was never impartial to begin with. She had registered a feminist organisation before she was Prime Minister called Emily's List. But the tide is rising, and we are not afraid. We will not be coerced. You will be exposed as you are being exposed. We are MGTOW, men going their own way, as a collective and as individuals. We are the new species. Some of us may choose to walk away and turn our backs to you as you have turned your backs on us. Some of us may expose you for the hypocritical souls that you are. Free speech allows us to talk about the people and organisations that we appreciate, and also allows us to talk about the ones that have hurt us. We will not cower. I am a man going his own way.